Hello and welcome to the Jagran Hi Tech Podcast. I hope you all are keeping safe, keeping indoors, and putting on those N95 masks, sanitizing yourself, and making sure that you take all the possible precautions. In this episode of the Jagran Hi Tech Podcast, I'm going to be talking about something related to the pandemic as well, considering the situation out there. I'm going to be talking about fitness watch, and I'm going to be talking about the OnePlus Watch in particular. This watch comes with oxygen monitoring and it comes with a heart rate monitor as well. These are things which become important in the time of a pandemic. So let's get started. Okay, first up, let's talk about the design of this OnePlus Watch. Well, right out of the box, the first impression that I had about this particular watch is that it looks pretty nice, it looks pretty sturdy. The build quality is at par with some of the flagship watches that we've seen. The overall character, the overall impression as soon as I took it out of the box was that this watch looks premium. So if I have to define it in one word, it looks premium, it looks sturdy. It feels something that will last in your hands and it will last with you for say more than a couple of years as well. Considering the fact that we have a lot of fitness bands and a lot of fitness watches which are not that great in their build quality. So this one top marks on the build quality. Talking about the display, well, it comes with a 46mm circular round display, which is an AMOLED display as well. It is pretty big, it is impressive. We've seen 44mm from Apple, then a 42mm size as well, but this one is 46, so no doubt that this is a pretty big looking watch. It is a little big on the hand as well, but it never gets really uncomfortable. The weight has been balanced out well as well. If you talk about the other features in the display, well, it doesn't get an always on display. That is something that I would have liked to see in this watch. Every time I have to see the time, I have to rotate my hand like this, and that is when the display gets on. In some of the other flagships, we've seen an always on display in a watch. Well, this is something that can be adjusted over the air via an update, and I hope OnePlus will do the same very soon. Well, this watch is also IP68 rated, which means that you can go swimming with it. You can go out in the open when it's raining for a run. You can sweat. You can wear it while doing your workouts. Doesn't matter. IP68 means that you're protected from all water and dust resistance. Talking about the features and the performance of the OnePlus Watch, well, it gets the SpO2 sensor, which is the talk of the town currently. I'll give you a small example of how it works over here. It asks you to hold your hand straight for 3 seconds, and then it monitors this round circle which goes on in the watch display, and it takes about 20 to 25 seconds, and then it gives you a very accurate reading. I say accurate because I've been comparing it side by side with an Apple Watch as well and with an oximeter as well. So the outcomes, the readings have been pretty accurate, and again, a very handy feature to have in a time like this while the entire world is going through this outrageous pandemic that we're seeing. Talking about another interesting feature on the OnePlus Watch, is that it gets a heart rate monitor. Well, heart rate monitors now are a common feature across fitness bands and fitness watches across the range. But this one, again, being pretty accurate, it also measures your heart rate passively, not just when you press it. There's a OnePlus app that you have, which you can download. It's called the OnePlus Health app, where you get all of the information that you've recorded using your watch, and you get it on a monitor-like display over there on the app. And it's a pretty handy, deck of information to have, especially again the situation that we're in. Talking more about features, well, it currently doesn't support any third-party applications. All the applications built in here are native to OnePlus. There's a quick fitness test as well, where you select it and it asks you to do certain activities just to gauge your heart rate and other things. There's a sleep mode as well, the sleep monitor mode. I've been using it personally. It measures your sleep, how much of deep sleep you've got, and the duration and how much times you moved. So it gives you all of that data on the OnePlus app. Pretty interesting feature to have. Then there's also a stress feature. Well, stress, again, because the pandemic right now is a very big and important talking point. The OnePlus Watch helps you measure that as well. It's got a breathing mode where it's asked you to take deep breaths and release the breaths, make sure that your breathing pattern is all right. Then you can listen to music wirelessly connected directly with your wireless earphones, your TWS earphones. You don't need a smartphone to listen to music. You can do it with this. It has an inbuilt storage as well for that. That storage can be accessed through the OnePlus app as well. It's got a weather app, alarm clock, stopwatch, timer, flashlight, a barometer, a compass, a TV Connect mode. Well, TV Connect, it is in sync with the entire OnePlus ecosystem. So if you have a OnePlus smartphone and if you have a OnePlus TV, then if you get this, you're in the OnePlus ecosystem. It's very similar to what we've seen Apple do in the past as well. You can control your OnePlus TV using this. It's a pretty handy feature. And again, if you have a OnePlus smartphone, then again, the sync and the transfer of data, the speeds are way better compared to an iOS or compared to any other device. One downside, no third-party apps. You cannot install any extra applications on this. And also another downside is that you don't even get to choose your own personalized watch face. You cannot put your image or anybody else's image on as a watch face. That is something again which can be, I think, worked on as an over-the-air update. So another very important thing that I would like to tell you about this particular smartwatch is because smartwatches are something that need charge every day, just like your smartphone. But this one, well, OnePlus claims that it comes with a 14-day battery life under very minimal use. But I have been personally using this watch for the last 1 week and I haven't had to charge it. I mean, right now the levels are dropping and I'll probably plug it in, but I can easily extract 7 to 8 days of usage from the OnePlus Watch, and that is when it's in the test phase. I'm monitoring my SpO2, I'm monitoring my heart rate, and I'm doing home workouts as well using this. So impressive. Battery life is truly impressive. And another thing that I'll tell you is that even if you run out of battery, OnePlus claims that just a 5-minute of charge using the charger that it comes with will help you gain a day's battery life. I believe in it because I've seen it for myself, and then if you have to fully charge it from 0 to 100, it takes about an hour to do so as well. So battery, top marks there for the OnePlus Watch, because this is an issue which we have seen in other flagship grade watches as well. So overall, how has my experience been with the OnePlus Watch? Well, as I mentioned at the start of this podcast, that smartwatches are probably, I wouldn't say the need of the hour, but if you have one, then it is a very good accessory to have right now, because you get a constant update of your vitals, you get constant monitoring of SpO2, constant monitoring of your heart rate, your pulse and all of that. Well, the accuracy of it is still yet to be proven in the scientific world, but for a layman, just to get that general information in your smartphone, it makes you feel good, and it's an important accessory to have. The OnePlus Watch performs well on all of those count, and it's priced at rupees 15,000, which isn't too expensive as well. So for me, it gets a 8 on 10 in this review. This is all about the OnePlus Watch in this episode of Jagran Hi Tech Podcast. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Share it with your friends, share it with your family, and also do not forget to subscribe to the Jagran Hi Tech YouTube channel. This is Konark Tyagi signing out. Until next time.